and gentlemen, to the award ceremony of the Cleantech Days 2024. It's my pleasure to be your host. My name is Amira Awad. It's a final wrap-up of the week celebrating the most inspiring solutions supported by UNIDO. As you know, yesterday we had a pitching competition and the winners have been selected, and we're very happy to award them today. There are a few people still coming in. I give them a second. The week was very exciting, as I heard. It was a competition, but more collaboration than competition. The focus was on collaborating, and I think you had lots of fun. So everybody is in now, yeah? I think everybody is in now, and therefore I kindly ask Mrs. Rana Goneim for her welcoming remarks. She's Chief of the Division for Decarbonization and Sustainable Energy. The stage is yours.
Well, thanks a lot, Amira, for the introduction. It's really exciting to be back here. In November last year, we hosted the International Vienna Energy and Climate Forum. And in this very same room, we did as well the awards for the Cleantech. Cleantech is actually a global program that UNIDO is implementing together with the Global Environment Facility. So we implement this program in 15 countries, 7 of which are represented here today: Moldova, India, Kazakhstan, Lesotho, South Africa, Turkey. So it's been a really great week where we have both representatives of the countries that are implementing the programs, as well as entrepreneurs. And for those entrepreneurs, I could feel the energy coming into this halls, and it's just amazing. We are, in a way, bureaucrats working all the time in offices, but it's just amazing to see and feel the energy that the entrepreneurs bring into the room. Now, today we are gathered because as a result of this Global Cleantech Innovation Program, we run national accelerators that identify innovations that respond to some of our challenges of today with regards to energy and climate action. And through these competitions, we then provide skills development support and capacity building support to entrepreneurs to help them in taking their journey, developing their business plan, making their pitches as well, which today also part of this is going to be our entrepreneurs making pitches to some of the impact investors. And so our hope is really that through our capacity building, through connecting the dots, through enabling an environment for these entrepreneurs to find their connection, to pilot their projects, find their connection, to establish financing, that we are really helping in resolving some of our sustainable development challenges and for sure our climate challenges. So today, it really brings me great pleasure to be here and share this joy of presenting awards to some of our innovators. I'm sure that you're all eager to see who's the winner, and me too, actually. And at the same time, we are also going to hear about one of the programs which is being implemented in India. We love acronyms, FLCTD, which is the Facility for Low Carbon Development Technologies. I hope I pronounced that and articulated it right. So we're going to hear firsthand on this pilot, which actually was also quite inspiring in India in terms of how they worked with the ecosystem of innovators and also the government to really help deliver innovation within the country. Before concluding, I just cannot, not thank our partners from the Impact Hub for allowing us to be here today also and sharing the stage during the Vienna Up Festival and also the Impact Days. So thank you so much for providing UNIDO and also our GCI peers, the opportunity to be here on the stage. So thank you all and good luck to everyone. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Goname. And now I kindly ask Kirsten Dunlop to join me on the stage. Is she here? Ah, yes. Thank you for helping out. She is CEO of Climate Kick, and she will help me award the trophy. Thank you very much for being here. So I would say we start with our first award. I'm going to read it because it is a little bit complicated to pronounce as well. It's UNIDO's Global Cleantech Innovation Program Legacy and Impact Award, short GCIP Legacy and Impact Award. The company receiving the award is AET Africa, South Africa. Mrs. Sandiswa Kai from AET Africa. She has been part of the program for many years. Congratulations. First as an entrepreneur, then as an advisor, congratulations. And we hope you will stay for many more years. Yes, yes, yes. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. We would love you to tell us about the program and maybe pitch for 1 to 2 minutes. Of course, everybody is allowed to talk here. It should work. Does it?
Yes, working? Okay, so I want to say just a word of deep recognition, several words. Sandiswa and I share a job, which is to be part of the GCIP advisory group, which is really paying attention to questions around impact, continuity, the ambition of the program, how it is translating some of its core objectives into conditions on the ground that make it possible for people who are really making change happen to have the sustained effects and the sustained conditions for support over time. I met Sandiswa last year, and what I heard was that she is part of this advisory council because she is part of the fabric of what GCIP is about. She has built a business, she has come through the program itself, she has enjoyed a series of moments of support, but she is given back with a set of moments of feedback and ongoing proactive engagement with the entire spirit, but also the pragmatics of what is happening. And I understand also constructive challenge on how to keep raising the bar and keep making support possible. So this award, on behalf of all of us, is really about recognizing the generosity, the vision, and the gift of constant encouragement to do more, go further, go fairer together. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm surprised. I honestly didn't expect this. For the first time, I'm speechless. But I would like to thank everyone who believes in AET Africa, and I would like to thank the GCIP team. AET Africa is a company. We are in the innovation space, focusing on retrofit solutions for water heating. We're targeting water heaters with the main focus in being in South Africa. So over the years, we started with the GCIP program with the 2016 cohort. And as Kirsten has already said, it's been a challenging journey, but through the GCIP support and the platforms, we've managed to navigate through the journey and be here today. So again, I'll really like to thank everyone who believes in us, and I'm really happy to be part of the ecosystem and also be active participant in terms of changing the status quo and be able to create an ecosystem where all clean tech innovators will thrive. So let's continue to share those lessons. Yes, it's not easy, but together we can make it possible, and I really feel honored for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and congratulations again. Now let us continue with the investment panel, investment de-risking. For startups to be successful, we need to make sure we have the right people on board, and we're going to have the right people sitting here now. I kindly ask Eric Jensen to join me on stage and take over as a moderator.
Thank you. Can I please also ask Iman Wabi to come up on stage? And Nicolaus Roberts as well. Thank you. I'm happy to have this opportunity to be able to pick the brain of these two great clean tech investors. And we all know how important financing is. As part of the Global Clean Tech Innovation Program, entrepreneurs are provided grant financing. The top entrepreneurs, I must say, are provided grant financing. And those are the entrepreneurs that we have here. And we all know that this is not sufficient. In a lot of ecosystems, there's a lack of equity financing, really all sorts of financing. And that brings us to the importance of clean tech investors in emerging markets. So starting off with a question to you, Iman. What key actions are needed to facilitate the access to investment for early stage clean tech ventures in emerging markets?
Thank you so much, Eric, and great thanks to the UNIDO and also to our dear partners at Impact Hub. But to respond to this question, it's a tough one, but I think it starts with the like climate tech in emerging markets. It's very essential. So I would say it's not a luxury when you have entrepreneurs working in Africa on the ground to help 600 million people who lack access to energy to actually have energy at their households. So it's not luxury to have access to clean water. So they are working on a very important life necessities that are not luxuries. So this is why I would say the importance of catalytic capital. That's very important. International development and MDBs, they play a very important role with the kind of facilities that they have. And I would really encourage, since we're in the hub like in Vienna with a very vibrant climate tech ecosystem over here, I would really encourage investors to look at opportunities in emerging markets. So banks, it's very hard for entrepreneurs to approach banks because it's difficult in our part of the world, for instance, to go approach bank and explain that I have a circular innovation and I would like to apply for a loan. That's very tough. Plus, bank loans comes with a very high interest rates. So I would say that this is why I encourage all kinds of the ecosystem players like angel investors. In the MENA region, we have very few players when it comes to VC funds investing in climate tech. Again, circular economy lags behind. Circular entrepreneurs sometimes are very frustrated because they cannot offer and explain to the right players in our markets about, for instance, regenerative agriculture, plastics, and all that. So I think this is where we need more funding. We need more ecosystem players. We cannot do it alone. So this is part of the things we're trying to do at Avers Ventures is to support circular innovation and to support climate tech, especially across the Middle East and North Africa region. So we need more players in the ecosystem. As one fund, you cannot do it by yourself. We need more funds to come and to emerge so we can co-invest together. So let me stop here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Same question to you, Nicolaus. How do we get more investments and investors like Iman and you in emerging markets?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more to your last remarks. So basically we have to convince a lot of very boring investors that are not willing to take the risk to invest in emerging markets. I think we have come a long way when it comes to renewable energy investments overall. That's where we come from at Voltaris. So our main business, our core business is really to develop renewable energy projects, to invest in renewable energy projects, to sell renewable energy to industry clients, mainly in emerging markets. So we are a firm believer that together basically we can do it. And we also invest, of course, in climate tech companies that can assist us to basically build up a renewable energy platform. That's over our goal. We have $100 million US dollars under management. And I think this panel and also this day is not really about the investors mainly, but really about the entrepreneurs that are present here. And I wanted to basically say my deepest respect for all of you here. So congrats to the winner in the back as well. And I think there are really three spheres that we look at when we go into new markets. So we invest in countries like Georgia, for example, that currently face geopolitical risks. We invest in Sri Lanka, for example, where there was a country default a couple of years back. So I think when attracting capital, you have to look at the public sphere and institutions like UNIDO coming together with development banks and so on. So I think there is a lot happening already here. So the conference is great proof for that. Then you need investment funds that are actually present in the country. So we always co-invest with great regional investment funds. So I think that's really core, and I would advise every founder to look at investors in your country first, and then maybe approach investors like us that are mainly invest in Europe. And the third one, I think, is really the easiest, and that would be human capital. And I don't have any doubt that that is already here. So we need to basically mobilize public and private capital and get things done. Yeah.
Thank you, Nicolaus. As you say, today the focus is on the entrepreneurs, so let's focus on them. There's a lot of risk associated with clean tech entrepreneurship. What advice do you have to the entrepreneurs on mitigating this risk? What can the founders do to mitigate this risk to be more financially viable for investors? Iman.
Thanks so much. I think this is very important. I would say it's about really the excuse me, it's about really the resilience of the entrepreneurs. So when I actually started to angel invest, I invested in a company where they just had a fire that just destroyed the entire factory, and I invested because they were resilient and they were determined to change things, and they did that. They changed it, the entire operations of the factory. They are up and running, and I've exited this company. So had I not invested in them, I would have lost this opportunity. So I would say resilience. I would say the second thing, where again the role of the DFIs, the MDBs, is actually about regulations. These entrepreneurs are not operating in silo. They are part of the regulatory frameworks of each country. So if you don't have regulations for waste management, it's tough for them, because when they go and apply for a loan, the bank doesn't know under which sector do you belong, so we can lend to you. So I would say, I would really encourage all the colleagues from international development and the MDBs here to actually support countries in the global south with regulations, because this is how you pull and you support the entire ecosystem and SMEs. This is very important, and startups. The second thing, in the global south, we don't lack the skills. We have best engineers, we have the best skills and green skills. So I would say actually how to support them with maybe the business acumen. They could be great tech minds with in renewable energy, but maybe they need more support with the business skills and business acumen. And this is where I think this is the role we can play as the ecosystem to support them. So I would really say they have to mitigate lots of risks, and sometimes it's beyond their capacity to continue. I have a business operation here to take care of. I have also issues with permits, with legal stuff. So they have to work with so many, to address and to mitigate so many risks and barriers. Last thing, I would really encourage the support of female-led startups. So when it comes to really, if we look at the numbers of startups, female-led startups and female entrepreneurs, they really have hard time access to funding. So I really hope this would change within the climate tech ecosystem. Thank you.
Nicolaus,
yeah, couldn't agree more again. I think when it comes to de-risking, some of the factors that involve every startup, every foundation, apply to clean tech startups the same as they apply to maybe fintech startups or health tech startups or other impact-driven startups maybe. So you have the team risk, you have the product risk, the sales risk, and when it comes to emerging markets, I think in addition to that, something that shies away of investors are probably the country risk and the regulatory risk. So when we invested, for example, in countries like Senegal or in Mozambique or also Sri Lanka, the main problem we had, because we always do co-investments, as I mentioned before, was actually to find good co-investors that are willing to take the risk. And of course, the big chunk of venture capital and clean tech investment comes from the United States, from Europe. I wouldn't really include countries like China that also invest heavily in clean tech, if you will, but it's really a separate space. So in the end, you have Europe and you have the United States. And I think what's really needed is basically there are so many funds being raised at the moment in Africa, and there are free economic zones, free economic territories that these funds can basically thrive in. So that's, I think, for countries it's really important, and for founders I think it's important to de-risk, so to sort of portray to investors that there is already so much de-risking being done that there's not too much to worry about when it comes to the inflow and outflow of capital. So I think that was our biggest, basically, persuasion challenge, if you will, was basically to tell investors, okay, we are investing in Sri Lanka, they had a country default, this is a startup operating from there, but you will get the capital out because there are certain schemes in place that haven't been implemented a couple of years back. So I think regulatory risk and persuading investors that there is everything sort of in place is really important.
Thank you, Nicolaus. A follow-up question to you. From your experience in one-on-one meetings with entrepreneurs, what are the standout qualities or the green flags that make you feel this is a game-changing opportunity, I have to invest?
So maybe I'm weird in that regard, but I really love it when entrepreneurs portray a huge list of why investors shouldn't invest in them, because then that means that they know the risks involved and they have a clear game plan when things go south, for example. And another thing would be really if the entrepreneurs are able to tell stories from their past, maybe from their family life or their personal life as well, when they had to overcome really big challenges, because that's, in the end, we're all humans, and we invest not necessarily in clean tech products products or patents or intellectual property. We invest in people in the end, because for us, as coming from the renewable energy space, we want to deliver great products in the end on the renewable space, and all the clean tech startups really act as sort of a facilitator for these projects. So if an entrepreneur is honest about his past and the goals and the risks that are involved in the project, and they can sort of portray some added value for our bigger renewable energy portfolio, I think that would be for us as Voltaris the biggest green flag, and that's what we always look forward to.
Thank you. Ima, what gets you really excited?
I think innovation. So this is something, an entrepreneur is coming to do with a solution for a product that's very different. And also one of the key and like I would say tough sub-sectors to invest in the global markets is investing in biodiversity and in nature. So again, those entrepreneurs working in this sub-sector, it's very tough as well. And at the same time, it comes with lots of opportunities, like with renewable energy, with the, how can actually entrepreneurs access the VCM, the voluntary carbon markets. It's the same with the nature and biodiversity. So I think this comes as well with more, I would say, someone who has an innovation and at the same time is able to leverage other sources of financing from these, for instance, two opportunities. So I would really get, supportive of even if I don't invest personally, but I can even as a ecosystem player, I would connect them with the right people who can actually support and invest. And maybe we can talk. I would like to connect some of my startups. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Great. Thanks a lot to both of you for sharing your insight. Thanks, Niklaus. Thank you, Iman.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much for these insights. The most exciting part is still to come. We will continue with awarding after this session. It is about another program that is collaborating with UNIDO. It's quite similar. It's based in India, and it's focusing on the next step, on bringing the technology to the market. And I may kindly ask Mr. Sandeep Tandon to take over for the next session, joined by 4 startups, to give you an idea of what the program is about. The stage is yours.
Hello. Thank you very much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be present amongst you to talk about a program that UNIDO is implementing in India. It's similar to program on clean technology innovation, but it goes a little further in giving an opportunity to the startups and entrepreneurs to take your technology to the next step by validating, thereby taking closer to the end user who are the eventual going to be the ones who are going to adopt these technologies. So UNIDO started this program in 2016 and it got off the ground in 2017, and since then we have run about 6 innovation challenge, and these are the ones which are focusing on the industrial and commercial sector, which is the real area and domain for UNIDO to work, since we work with the industries, in finding a solution which will help them through energy transition and reduce carbon footprint and address the problem of both energy and emissions. And also go further that, as many of the industries are looking for solution to meet that, net zero, emission target. The program is started with, 6, technology verticals. I'll not, discuss more programmatic details, but suffice it to say that, through our own journey, it has been a learning experience where we built up 3 particular stacks for, providing handholding and capacity building support to the startups, first being accelerator, quite similar to the UNIDO's flagship Cleantech Innovation Program. But the real contribution from this program was to provide financial support to the startups to validate their technology in the actual field conditions. And having validated successfully, along with a program partner which provided a third-party validation support and a neutral support, we went further, taking these startup and providing them financial mentoring and preparing them to go for fundraise. So without further ado, I would like to welcome 4 fantastic startups that are present amongst us. Ladies and gentlemen, Akshay Jain from Cancri, co-founder of Cancri. Mr. Suresh, co-founder of SBS Technologies. And we have Mr. Vignesh, co-founder of Taurus Robotics. And lastly, Mr. Swapnil, co-founder of Urvu Labs. Over there. Welcome all of you. It's been a great engagement we had in India with you all, but I think this would be also an opportunity for the audience to hear about what you are doing, what kind of impact you are making. So we'd like to have a kind of casual conversation with each one of you where you could tell us more about your background and what inspired you to set up your startup. Given that everybody has a choice for taking a like us taking up a regular job or having a passion and courage to find a solution to the problem they see around them, or being a part of a solution that is needed in the society. So let me start with you, Akshay, to tell us about what inspired you to set up Cancri and the background.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sandeep. So hello, everyone. I'm Akshay Jain, CEO, co-founder at Cancri. I'm a chemical engineer. I did my PhD from National University of Singapore. And that was mainly about, waste upcycling and how can we upcycle this waste to produce a very high-valued nanoporous materials for batteries. So we did a lot of research there. We produced more than 250 different variety of carbons from this waste, very specifically for these batteries. And what we found was fantastic results for these batteries. And that was the time we thought, can we take this idea forward? Can we commercialize this technology ourselves? And that was the time Cancri was born in the year 2020. We took this journey forward, and what we are building at Cancri is very much similar to what was inspired during my PhD. At Cancri, we are transforming this waste by our patented process and converting it to these advanced nanocarbons, which when goes inside the batteries, we get high performance. How are we differentiating ourselves from the market? There are a lot of benefits from the angle of environmental benefits. Number one, we are actually replacing the incumbent fossil fuel-based solutions with our agri-based carbons. Number two, by making these batteries efficient, what we're doing is we're also reducing the electronic waste on this planet Earth, right? We are also making the batteries better. How are we doing that? We are increasing the life cycle of these batteries. We are increasing the fast charging capabilities of these batteries. And because of all that, it's a win-win situation for our battery manufacturers because it's a simple drop-in solution and they can get premium batteries with a simple drop-in solution. So that is about ourselves. Thank you so much.
Excellent. So with your very specific solution, you're part of the electric vehicle ecosystem that is emerging every part of the world, including the developing countries in India.
Right.
So great to hear about your inspiring journey and the decision you took. And we move on to hear from Suresh again. What inspired you to set up SBS? So let us hear from you.
Hi, hello. Good afternoon. So I'm the co-founder and technical officer at SPS Technologies. So about 3 years back after my PhD, I was working at a combustion lab. That's when I met my co-founder, who is here today, Dr. Naresh Alluri. So he had the vision of creating sustainable future. So his motto became my motto. So we all come from combustion background. And we thought to solve the SDG problem, which is clean energy for everyone. As we know, industry, hard to abate industries actually give out about 1/5 of carbon emissions, and they use huge amount of fossil fuels. So this is the problem we picked. We wanted to make these energy systems of these industries carbon-free, CO2-free. So one way is to shift to the clean fuels, which is not available right now. So what we could do is, we thought of a solution where the user can actually use this solution and then gradually ramp up to the clean fuel as and when available. So that is when we came up with a clean energy solution, which is clean combustion system, where it can actually go into hard to abate industries. And plus, these are actually energy efficient as well. They consume 50% less electric power for their usage. And also, we wanted this solution to be as sustainable as well. So we use 3D printing to manufacture these systems, which is, again, consumes less energy and less material as well. So, at what stage we are right now? We have actually collaborated with many R&D industries across Europe, and also in India. In Europe, we have been collaborating with Germany, Switzerland, Italy, and Netherlands as well. Right now, we are at these collaboration actually helped us from moving from POC to MEP, which is minimum viable product.
Great.
Yeah,
so we'll come back to you and ask more about how about your journey. So moving on to Vignesh again. We had a very long engagement, and Vignesh is the one who got the support longest engagement with UNIDO, starting from the accelerator program right up to fundraising. So I think it would be lovely to hear about your journey with UNIDO.
Yeah, thank you, Sandeep. Hello, everyone. I'm Vignesh, co-founder of Taurus Robotics. We are a clean tech startup from Chennai, India. At Taurus, we are developing electric motors, which are highly energy efficient, compact, and lightweight, especially for the electric mobility, industrial, energy, and agricultural sectors, right? So my journey started off in 2012, when I, along with two of my co-founders, we used to build electric vehicles and autonomous electric platforms, primarily for competitions and commercial applications. It was during that we faced one of a significant challenge, where we weren't able to find an energy efficient as well as performance electric motors in the market, right? So when we build any electric vehicle, weight reduction and energy efficiency is the key to boost the performance of the vehicle and to increase the endurance, right? So this was a big challenge. If you look at the battery scenario, there was a lot of advancements happening with respect to new chemistries and new efficiencies being brought up. But the core of electric vehicle, that is the electric powertrain, was still in a much outdated technology and more heavy, not compact, and was not efficient as well. So having the first-hand experience of facing this challenge, and with the accelerated growth of demand of electric motors, we set up Taurus in 2019, where we started developing electric motors which are highly efficient and compact. So today, we have developed an electric motor, which is at least 50% compact, lightweight, and at least 15% more efficient than any other motor technology which is there in the market. So this gives us the liberty to use our motors for application not just in mobility segment, but also has its huge application in terms of industrial, energy, and agricultural sectors as well. Thank you.
Great, great. Yeah, I mean, it has been a good experience for us also to help some of these startups. We're very technology savvy, but provide that support and mentoring support. We move on to ask Swapnil about again the background and the inspiration before for setting up the Uruvu labs, and this is something that is working both on environmental issues and resource efficiency. So let us hear from Swapnil.
Thank you, Sandeep. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Swapnil. I am co-founder and CEO of Uruvu Labs. We are a Bangalore-based startup, and we are developing an industrial-scale atmospheric water generation solution with the idea of tapping into atmospheric moisture and using only renewable energy sources like solar and waste heat to make really high-quality water, which can be used for drinking water applications as well as for industrial needs for processes like beverage manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, even green hydrogen per se. And our journey goes back to 2016, and me and my other co-founder, we were college in South India, NIT Calicut, and our college campus actually ran out of water. And while that might not be a very common story back here, but in the global South, water challenges are quite common. And when this happened, we were first-hand going to experience how water shortages, access, as well as when infrastructure collapses, how that can really make your day-to-day life much more challenging. And we actually, the college was near the coast. So you see the dilemma where you have lots of water, but then you don't have access. So we started working on this problem, looked at into what could be the other viable sources. And air was one such source which we were able to tap into. And the idea is, how do you make this solution really scalable and affordable, where you can solve a lot of challenges, not just from accessing water, but also delivering and sourcing it at the point of use. So we have scaled it from 5 liters per day when we got support from UNIDO to today around 4,000 liters per day. And moving forward, we are also trying to see how this could be impactful, especially for industries where water has become like a big, highly utilized commodity, which also affects their day-to-day operations and to some extent even their brand equity. So that's where we are going towards. And compared to a lot of purification technologies where a lot of water gets wasted, like reverse osmosis, in our solution, we are saving almost 2.5 liters of groundwater for every 1 liter of water we produce.
So essentially what you are doing is taking the water that is present in the atmosphere and liquefying it, thereby saving that depletion of the aquifer, if I get it correctly. So in a way, you're solving a huge environmental issues that is common across many countries. So yeah, congratulations. I mean, your journey has been the most rapid, and the one who we found always very open to mentoring. Because our engagement at UNIDO with each of the entrepreneur would have been almost on a once in a quarter or even longer duration, but to ensure that they are on the track of validating these technologies and de-risking their innovation, identifying or finding a customers who value what they are doing and valuing that innovation itself has been a good learning experience for each one of us. So let me again go around and inquire from you, since I understand each one of you have when you started were bootstrapped, and you had a choice of seeking financial support from various other sources that are available at that point in time in India, but you had an engagement with UNIDO under the FLCTD program. So would like to hear your perspective on the role UNIDO played in your journey. So again, I'd like to start with Cancri first.
Sure, thank you so much, Sandeep. I think to mention UNIDO is it has been a phenomenal role for the growth of Cancri, and we always, find chances, however we can thank UNIDO at any platforms, such a support we have gotten. So very thankful we have gotten this stage to, mention their names. So when we were in the journey, when we were trying to validate this technology, we were in the stage that we were having the POC with us, but we had to do the tech validation. We have to prove that these carbons are working for the batteries. But when we reached out to the customers, those guys were not ready for the trials and pay for those trials. When we reached out to the investors, those guys said that we are early to get the money from them. And that is where UNIDO funding came very handy to us, because by putting that money to do the tech validation, we've actually de-risked the customers who are using our product and making them ready to adopt our product, as well as making investors, or rather making Cancri more investable. So, but this is just the financial help we have gotten. Other than that, we have also seen that, we were working in the battery technology. We have gotten the help of the experts who can actually talk on the behalf of Cancri, because that is something where we always want that some experts should come and talk about, the battery technologies. And the last thing to say is that we know that there will be many more challenges which is going to come along the way. But we always know that UNIDO is with us. So let the challenges come, and we will tackle all of them with the help of UNIDO. And Sandeep, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. With SBS, it's work in progress, but again, would like to hear, you remain heavily bootstrapped, and I really admire those who have the complete courage and conviction that staying bootstrapped, and still working on developing a product. So, and in your case, very, very unique collaboration between India and the various countries from where you're seeking support in Europe. So if you could tell us how this has helped or helping you in the journey.
We were one of the FLCTD challenge winners under UNIDO program. When we met, when we actually won this program, we just had only the proof of concept, which was actually validated here in Netherlands. And through the funding of UNIDO, what we got, we actually scaled up 4 times, and we put the solution into a real industrial system, where actually it is been validated. We did run, a month back, we did run a test with 100% hydrogen, which was quite encouraging to you as well, maybe, because we were seeing it for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is still an ongoing journey for us with UNIDO.
But what is intriguing in your case is, you designed the product in India and got it 3D printed in Switzerland. And you're going to do, you're doing the testing in India.
Yeah,
so I think that is a, a unique collaboration that is happening across the borders, which is, fantastic. And that is the power of, innovation, where you get like-minded people, and, you can, transcend all these limitations. So, yeah, thank you very much. So we move on to you. Vignesh, tell us quickly.
Yeah, for us, UNIDO was very important and pivotal in terms of the progress and growth of our startup, right? Our engagement with UNIDO started off in 2020, when we were a bunch of college graduates developing a technology, and we were just having a proof of concept with us, and we were struggling to reach out to customers and get our product into implementation with them. And that's when we got the support from UNIDO. And we are also a fortunate startup to have the 360-degree support from UNIDO India, because we've been part of their accelerator program, we've been the winners of the challenge, and we also got some extended support from them. So this gave us, it was more of a long engagement, I would say, for the past 4+ years. And I'm also happy to say that with their extended support, we've recently raised about $500,000, apart from the initial funding what they've given. And with that money, we are right now setting up our pilot production facility to take our product into customers and start our commercialization journey. So it was quite important and very pivotal for us, and I would like to thank UNIDO for that.
Thank you. That is fantastic. Yeah, good luck to you all. I mean, to bringing a new product in the market. And lastly, over to you, Swapnil. I think you have a very rapid, journey, which is also what very amazing for us. Also, it's like a high impact, innovation.
So we got support from UNIDO both from the accelerator program, and we were also winners in the innovation challenge. And when we were part of the accelerator, we just had a prototype. There were just 3 of us sitting in a room and trying to make it work. And then we got this grant. We were able to scale it 4x, demonstrate a pilot at one of our customer site. And that actually proved how the quality of water was, gave a lot of comfort to the customers. And also helped us validate the technology with third parties, because because you as entrepreneurs, you're always cheering for a solution. We can do this, we can do that. But when a third party comes and validates it, it brings a lot more credibility to it. And UNIDO and other agencies like CII in India were able to help us with that. Beyond that, we were then able to scale it to almost 4,000 liters per day today. And we also were able to raise venture funding to the tune of $3.5 million over the last 2 years. Now we have entered many markets. One of the products I brought here is the beverage product we are selling in India today. If you want to have a taste, I have a few more samples. But we're also looking at many industries like the beverage industry, data centers, and even green hydrogen, where you have a lot of waste heat as well as need for high quality water, where a solution can really rapidly solve for a lot of water challenges and excess. So that has been our journey with UNIDO, and we think that going forward as well, a lot of support can be there from UNIDO as well as from Sandeep, where we can work together, collaborate, and bring these solutions to industrial scale all across the globe. Thank you.
Fantastic. And I understand now you are in the stage of raising Series A funding.
Yes.
That's correct.
Going for a Series A.
In a matter of just three to 4 years, you have come to a stage where you're raising Series A funding. So congratulations and fantastic.
Thank you so much.
I think they all deserve a round of applause for for their work and bringing out a product and solution that would be needed tomorrow. And both the industry and the society, we would be looking for these kind of very innovative solutions. So we would now wrap up this session now with giving away certificate for inspirational awards. And we'd like to invite Rana to stage to give away these certificates. We're starting with we have Cancri, Mr. Akshay Jain. Next, SBS Technologies, Mr. Suresh. Taurus Robotics, Mr. Vignesh. And lastly, Swapnil, UNIDO Labs. Should also give a bottle of that you brought from Bangalore.
Well, let me just, I have to say that this was super inspiring. I really enjoyed listening to you all, and having listened to both Iman and Nicholas, I found elements of all of what they wanted in what you've said, the resilience, the inspiration and focus on outcomes, the personal story that stuck quite well as well in terms of what inspired your innovation, and also responding to really some of those challenges. Energy efficiency can deliver 40% of the emission reductions we need to reach the Paris Agreement, motors are a big part of that. Water challenges. The harder to abate industry contribute to around 15% of the global emissions, and we're really struggling hard to keep those in check. So, I mean, batteries and electric mobility, also in terms of storage solutions to help with the uptake of renewables. I mean, the whole world now adopted tripling the renewables rate. Without the storage solutions that you're providing, we're never going to make it. So really, congratulations to all of you, and thanks for inspiring us.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing your experiences within the program, and congratulations. So now let's continue with awarding. We are going to start with 2 honorable mentions. I would ask Olga Rataj to join me for the awarding ceremony. The first category will be the Gender Inclusive Business Award. And I'm waiting for the music. The 2 honorable mentions are green coffee and Fabry Thread Cycle Initiative. Congratulations. Congratulations. Posing for the pictures. Yes, you receive a certificate.
I'd like to invite you to a 1-minute pitch.
If you're ready for it. You too.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, this came as a huge surprise. Thank you, UNIDO and GSIP, for this award. Gender inclusive is a huge component in our business. I always say that it's always good to work towards our CO2 emission decline, but business has got to make profit in order to sustain business. And we've also got to work on socio-economic challenges and issues that we have in our country. And if we can help these women that we help from disadvantaged backgrounds by giving them jobs, giving them work, we'll always make the world a better place to live in. So thank you very much for the award, and it really inspires us to keep on doing the good work that we're doing. Thank you.
I'm really excited because I didn't see this coming at all. I want to first of all thank my team from Nigeria. Fabry Thread Cycle is a first mover of the textile waste management and recycling in Nigeria. And it is a team of 9 women from diverse backgrounds. And this is to my team for their support. And also to the GCIP trainers, the GCIP team entirely in Nigeria, the CCO for the trainings they've given me, the UNIDO team, and also the RAA for their support, and the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation. I'm really happy that these little steps that we've just started taking in Nigeria is getting a global recognition, and I do not take it for granted. Thank you, UNIDO, and thank you.
Congratulations. And now we continue with our Climate Mitigation Potential Award, which goes to ESAM Energy Solutions Ltd. Congratulations. You don't want to? We don't force you. Congratulations. Okay, and now it's time for our main awards, UNIDO Cleantech Startups Awards. Cleantech Days pitch competition winners are the second runner-up is Micro Hobbyist. Congratulations. Come over, yeah, for the picture. Would you like, yes, go ahead, the stage is yours.
First of all, we are very exciting and we are very happy now. We work for a sustainable world and we work for a whole world actually. And I'm very excited. Can you help me to check? And we are very proud to represent our country, and we will thank you to TÜBİTAK or UNIDO and the other all support that, and Hasan Mandal actually. And we present our awards to the whole world's children, to the Gaza, to the Palestine, and maybe, but I'll just
Thank you for all and this program. It's enough for.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Okay, so we continue with the first runner-up, and this will be Ozen M. Congratulations.
First of all, I just want to express my gratitude for believing in us, for supporting us, and especially to GSIP Kazakhstan, because we found this support really valuable for our project. And I must say that we believe that we work with data. We have a data monitoring platform, and we believe that data is the new oil, right? So it's really valuable, but it can be used. It can't be used unless it's unrefined. So that's why we believe that transparency and equality is the things that we should all strive for. Thank you very much once again. Yeah.
And now it's time to award the most promising business. The award goes to SmartView Technology. Congratulations. The pictures first.
First and foremost, as all the other winners, we are eternally grateful at SmartView Technology for the recognition for our hard work, as well as to all the supporters of the UNIDO program that we've been participating in. Thank you very much. And back home, thank you so much to TIA, the Technology Innovation Agency, for your support throughout this program, giving us the opportunity, as well as EPF Tech Fund, our strategic partners. But most importantly, thank you to our clients that believed in us. Without their support, we wouldn't have been here. SmartView Technology is a software as a service utility management platform. 75% of sustainability initiatives are failing because people don't have a view on their consumption. SmartView provides them the data, the analytics to make those decisions to conserve our scarce resources. So thank you so much to each and every one along our journey, and to our team back home, we're bringing it home.
Much for all these outstanding and really impressive projects. May I ask you, Olga Rataj, for your closing words?
Thank you very much. I would like to thank all of the entrepreneurs that trusted us again this year and decided to come to Cleantech Days. You are the best out of the best in your countries, so you are already very much distinguished, I believe, and maybe it sounds a bit cheesy, but you are all winners indeed, so please don't feel discouraged if you have not received the award this time. We appreciate a lot your continuous collaboration with us, also the country institutions executing the projects. And we count on your honest feedback, since we would like to further improve for all of you to enable further success in the next years. So thank you very much again, and we are looking forward to tomorrow as well as the last day of our conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again. Thank you for your attention. In 15-20 minutes, we will continue here with a session on policymakers and impact drivers. So in case you want to stay, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Let us take a group picture all together for the entrepreneurs in the room. We would like to welcome everyone on stage here to take a group picture. Please join us here.